Hi there. I think possibly one of the hardest things that alcoholics and addicts have to deal with is people close to them not understanding it. I think that when people have a problem and they're in the middle of active addiction, they kind of they do things, they manipulate, they lie, they steal, they they basically do everything they can to get what they need, whether it be alcohol, drugs, and this can be very very hard on family, wives, girlfriends, husbands, children, boyfriends, friends, just anyone that's close to you that comes into contact with someone in addiction. And when we finally start kind of owning up to maybe our issue, or recognize that, yeah, we do have a problem, um, it's hard enough for us to come to terms with that. So to ask family and friends and loved ones to do the same, and to understand what we're just kind of coming to terms with is a very very difficult thing, and a lot of people um, can never understand it if they've not gone through it themselves. I mean, essentially all of my key workers and facilitators and people that I've met over the kind of period of my time in active addiction, as it were, or alcoholism, the majority of the ones that I have kind of respected and listened to a lot more have been people that are in recovery. So you can only really teach what you know, as it were. So I think that to ask a member of your family, or um, someone that's close to you, to understand what you're going through, and to ask them to kind of bear with you or whatever is a really tough thing. Now, for me, it was all about, I suppose, my partner at the time, and she possibly knew I was in active addiction before I did. So it kind of, I suppose, trying to get someone to the old thing that people say is, why can't you just stop drinking? And I suppose for us it was, I've tried it, don't get me wrong, I have, and I've had times of sobriety when I've just stopped, knocked it on the head, gone through my little period of withdrawal, feeling like shit, hangover times 1,000, and then managed to kind of come out of it. And then maybe a couple of weeks later you're feeling all right, and you think, yeah, I can have a drink. And for then, my partner especially, to then think, why is he going back when he's already done this? He's already got himself sober. Why is he going back to it time and time and time again? And we don't know. I'm trying to. There's no kind of prognosis for alcoholism. There's no kind of thing that says, this is right, today you're going to go and relapse, you're going to go and do this. There's nothing for that. So if we don't know it, if doctors don't know it, then it's hard to get family to understand. But what I would ask anyone that's kind of talking to their family at the moment, that's going through similar things that I've gone through, is just try and be open and honest as you can about it. Tell them when you think you need to go and have a drink, and talk about it. Don't just go and do it and then say to them after that you couldn't help it. Talk to them and say, listen, do you know what, I'm going to go and have a drink, but you're going to sit with me through this. You're going to see what I'm having. I'm maybe only going to have some wine. I'm not going to have vodka or tequila or whatever it is that you drink, but be open and honest with them. And in that way, I suppose we can kind of try and break down the barriers between us in active addiction or recovery, and the people that we love and that we don't want to lose, because that's the hardest thing. And in them not understanding, it just opens doors for us to or sorry, closed doors, you know, it opens doors for them to walk away and think, well, I've tried, why am I going to bother trying anymore? But I'm grateful that, my family have kind of stuck with me, which was very close to, everyone turning their back on me, which a lot did. I am building bridges again. I've made amends with people, which is part of the steps. And again, just trying to get people to understand is such a difficult thing, but it is possible. I think, there is much more kind of literature and videos and things online about the disease or affliction, as you want to call it now, for family to try and understand. My mother went to a counsellor in Douglas in Isle of Man called Motivate. There was a counsellor there that kind of helped to talk to her about what she was feeling and what was going through her mind and why I couldn't just stop, and when people start to understand that it isn't just a case of just stopping, it's a case of, going to meetings, reading literature, watching videos, talking to people. It's not just about quitting, it's about reassessing yourself every single day and going, today I'm not going to drink, tomorrow's another day, but today I am not going to drink or pick up drug. And that is essentially how we will bring everyone closer together and fight this, it is a massive problem, and it's gonna be even bigger, I think, when this pandemic's over, because a lot of people are turning to drink through this. People that think, I'm not an alcoholic, or this, that and the other, I'm not a drug addict, but the statistics are showing that people are turning to drink and drugs a lot more than used to be through this pandemic. Even people that did drink are turning to harder drinks just to kind of take the edge off, or whatever, just to kind of comfort themselves in loneliness, I suppose. And I, for one, am grateful that I'm not drinking now throughout this, because I know that it would be 10 times worse. But yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about on that today. But comments, please do like, share, subscribe. But thank you. Cheers. Bye bye.